Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. I am Imefonu Okon. Nigeria's former Minister of Defense, General Theophilos Danjuma, retired, has again charged communities susceptible to unprovoked criminal attacks to rise up and defend themselves. Danjuma reiterated his stand on self-defense by citizens at a public event in his country home of Takum local government area of Taraba State.
Nigeria's elder statesman and former Minister of Defense, General Theophilos Danjuma, said his stand 5 years ago on the need for Nigerian citizens to defend themselves against attacks by criminal elements still remains valid, citing the failure by Nigeria's government to provide adequate security to its citizens, leaving them at the mercy of armed bandits. The former defense minister's call is coming in the wake of attacks in Plateau and Benue states in the north-central region of Nigeria, which has left many killed and displaced thousands. Danjuma urged Nigerians in volatile communities to take up arms like their attackers, as the government can no longer provide them with the needed protection of lives and property.
Rise up and defend ourselves. It is quite clear the government alone cannot do it. I have warned very long time ago in a speech in Ukari that our people must be prepared to defend themselves. That warning is as valid today as it was when I made it. If we can't defend ourselves,
it will be recalled that General Theophilos Danjuma, retired, made a similar call 5 years ago in Jalingo at a convocation ceremony of the Taraba State University. Danjuma's stand on self-defense was met with various criticisms in the past, just as his latest revalidation of the same statement. Gloria Atta, reporting for Clearview News.
Meanwhile, Christians in Jos, the Plateau State capital, have called on the federal government to put an end to the ongoing attacks on rural communities in Benue and Plateau State, which have claimed several lives over the past few weeks. The call was made in a petition presented to Plateau State Governor Caleb Muntfang for onward delivery to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Clearview News correspondent has the details.
Plateau State has for several decades been a hotbed of killings, with gunmen sacking entire communities from their homeland. About 200 people were reportedly killed during the 2023 Christmas celebrations in a major Christian community. Also in 2024, about 40 people were reportedly killed and homes razed in Wase town. Against this backdrop, Christians from various denominations have united in a peaceful protest demanding an end to the violent attacks on their communities. Led by prominent church leaders, the protesters marched from major streets in Jos and converged at the Plateau State Government House in Rayfield. Speaking on behalf of the Christian leaders, President of the Church of Christ in Nations, Reverend Amos Mozo, decried the repeated unprovoked attacks that have left many dead, others injured, and entire livelihoods destroyed. Mozo warned that the entire communities risk extinction if immediate action is not taken.
We protest this renewed killing as a mark of honor for the dead, a call to end all killings by armed Fulani herdsmen and other killers operating in our state in Nigeria.
Receiving the petition, Governor Caleb Montfang expressed gratitude to Plateau Christians for their unwavering prayers in their trying times, while assuring them that the government is working tirelessly to end the violence and restore peace.
Every Nigerian, every human being of conscience must arise to duty and say enough is enough. Keep standing with us. Keep praying with us. And by the grace of God, the troublemakers we see today, we will see them no more.
The event ended with prayers for lasting peace in Nigeria and greater unity. The event ended with prayers for lasting peace in Nigeria and greater unity among Christians across the country.
The United States of America has been urged to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern and subsequently place her on the U.S. watch list over the rising speed of killings by bandits and criminal headsmen. The call was made by a delegate of American veterans of Igbo descent, Avid, rising son and ambassadors for self-defense during its recent visit to Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C., where it met with some U.S. Congress members to lobby for the release of the incarcerated leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mercy Nnamdi Kanu. Recall that U.S. President Donald Trump, in his first term, had designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern nation. However, his successor, Joe Biden, removed Nigeria from the watch list when he assumed power. Addressing the press after the Capitol Hill engagement, the president of Avid, Dr. Sylvester Onyia, said they also sensitized the Congress on the rising violation of human rights, calculated ethnic cleansing, and religious atrocities perpetrated in Nigeria by those bent on disposing the indigenous people of their ancestral lands. In another development, the Gombe State Police Command has reported the tragic death of 5 people and 8 others injured when a truck transporting grains along Yola Road to Gombe lost control due to brake failure while approaching a gathering of Christian faithful on a procession to celebrate the Easter in Biliri town. Police Public Relations Officer DSP Buhari Abdullahi disclosed this in a statement on Monday, indicating that the vehicle veered off the road and tragically ran into the crowd, including some Muslim residents who were observing from the roadside. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police, Gombe State Command, CP Bello Yahya, who commiserated with the families of the deceased, prayed for the quick recovery of the injured while assuring the public that adequate security measures have been put in place in the area to forestall any further breakdown of law and order. Following the disturbing death toll in Nollywood, the Actors Guild of Nigeria, AGN, has called for national prayers. The Guild made the call following the death of 2 actors on a movie set in Owerri, the Imo State capital. A video shared by popular filmmaker Stanley on Top showed 4 actors being rushed to the Federal University Teaching Hospital, Owerri, with 2 confirmed dead on arrival. The tragic incident reportedly occurred after consuming the drink given to them by the movie producer. However, reacting to the incident, AGN President Emeka Rollas, in a post shared on his Instagram page, called for national prayers with Pastor Jerry Eze. While noting that the victims are not members of the AGN, Rollas stated that the devil still wants the pattern of mass death repeated on annual basis in Nollywood. The Vatican has confirmed that the appointment of Cardinal Kevin Farrell, a Dublin-born American cleric, as the interim head of the Vatican follows the passing of Pope Francis. As the Carmelenko of the Holy Roman Church, Cardinal Farrell now oversees the day-to-day affairs of the Apostolic See until a new pope is elected. This temporary leadership role, defined by canon law, marks a crucial phase known as the Papal Interregnum, during which the Church prepares to elect its next pontiff. Cardinal Kevin Farrell, 77, was born in Dublin, Ireland, but spent much of his pastoral career in the United States, eventually becoming a naturalized American citizen. Nigerian music icon Innocent Idibia, popularly known as Tubaba, has formally introduced his fiancée, Honorable Natasha Usaworo, to the Idoma traditional leadership and his hometown community on Monday. The introduction, it was gathered, took place during the Idoma Nation Peace and Unity Symposium at the Oche Idoma Palace in Otukpo. Dressed in traditional Idoma attire, Tubaba presented Usaworo, the former deputy majority leader of the Edo State House of Assembly, to His Royal Majesty, the Uche Idoma V, and assembled kinsmen. Following the palace ceremony, Tubaba and Usaworo proceeded to Okpoku, his ancestral hometown in Benue State, where he introduced her to local elders and community members, reaffirming his commitment and seeking family endorsement. This public introduction follows Tubaba's recent proposal to Usaworo shortly after announcing his separation from wife Annie Idibia. And that's the news. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clavey News Desk, or via handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clavey Online. Many thanks for watching. I am Imifonoko.